The Procyon is a renowned protomech hailing from Clan Coyote. Following the fall of Clan Smoke Jaguar, Clan Coyote was among the first to stage trials on Huntress for protomech technology as part of a rearmament and development plan instituted by Khan Koga. In the quest to re-establish their reputation as an innovator clan, they immediately launched several development projects to explore and implement the new battlefield concept, and embarked on a 3-year journey to develop the first protomech, the 5-ton Procyon. Originally envisioned as a 4-legged design, practicality took precedence, forcing a redesign of the Procyon into a humanoid configuration. Limitations with both the technology and especially the pilots themselves made this change necessary. The Procyon ProtoMech was created as support for heavier BattleMech and Elemental formations. To this end, he offers high mobility and a complement of energy weapons for maximum field endurance. A pair of small lasers makes the Procyon one of the best armed protomechs available. With her ammunition independence, decent range and damage potential, the standard Procyon can inflict a substantial amount of damage without being a burden to the logistic train. The Procyon would initially be deployed as part of both Alpha and Epsilon Galaxy. Both introduced point-sized formation of a brand new Procyon within a year of its launch. This, if anything, proves how dedicated the Clan Coyote Khans were towards making the protomech work. Khan Kufal led Alpha personally, alongside the Coyote lore master, while Sarkhan Raven Clearwater led Epsilon. They were taking matters into their own hands to gain reliable, first-hand accounts of the effectiveness this protomech promised. Intriguingly, by 3066, some Procyons surfaced in Clan Hellhorse's Tumen, suggesting a possible collaboration between the two clans. And it was also quite puzzling that Clan Coyote suddenly experienced a surge in protomech development in the late 3060s. Not only new Procyon variants, but completely new protomechs appeared. And the four unsolved problems with a quadruped version were quite easily overcome. The clans would get the answer why soon enough. Variants. The Procyon boasts several variants to keep the opponents of Clan Coyote off guard. Procyon 2. Introduced in 3064 for Clan Coyote and Clan Hellhorses, the Procyon 2 focuses on fire support. It replaces the small lasers and some heatsinks with 2 LRM-4 launchers and more armor. But it suffers from limited ammo and the lack of backup weapons. Procyon 3. Introduced in 3068 and used by Clan Coyote, Clan Hellhorses, and thesociety. It swaps the small lasers for a heavy small laser and an LRM-3 with 6 reloads. In this way, the Procyon 3 combines close-ranged firepower and LRM capability, but its ammo restrictions can be problematic. Procyon 4. A 3068 design exclusive to Clan Coyote. This variant prioritized anti-infantry capabilities by trading the ER laser for Streak SRM-3 launcher and a machine gun. Procyon 5. Another Clan Coyote exclusive from 3070. The Procyon 5 is the sole variant with jump jets, and it retains an small laser alongside a torso-mounted 5-shot SRM-2. Procyon Z. This variant was a secret project of thesociety, ready in 3072. Typical for their designs, the Procyon C is equipped with a magnetic clamp system and carries an small laser and an SRM-1 with 10 reloads. Procyon Quad. There is also a quadruped, 4-legged, version of the Procyon, but it should rather be seen as its own class and not as a variant. The differences in technology and deployment are just too big. Notable pilots. Point Commander Crike. Not the typical protomech warrior, Craig did not come into the program from failure as an aerospace fighter pilot, as he had not even graduated from his warrior training when he joined the ranks of ProtoMech pilots. 1 year away from his final trial of position, Craig Sipko was suddenly reassigned to the Coyote ProtoMech program in an effort to turn out as many such forces as possible when the technology matured. Craig demonstrated his re-star nature by defeating a Clan Snow Raven mech and 2 points of elementals in a combined arms trial against his 5 ProtoMechs, including his own Procyon 4 and a pair of Donna VTOLs. Warrior Samantha. Warrior Samantha of Clan Coyote is, in the words of other members of her Procyon point, almost as much machine as her ProtoMech. She had a lukewarm career as a Mechwarrior when the Coyotes acquired ProtoMech technology and leapt at the opportunity offered by the nascent Coyote ProtoMech program. As a survivor of countless battles, misuses of ProtoMechs in combat by her commanders, equipment failures and accidents, Warrior Samantha has completely embraced reconstructive surgery to minimize scarring and maintains her combat readiness. However, her temperament oscillates between friendliness and rage, raising questions about her psychological state, often to the detriment of morale in her point. Whether this is due to psychological trauma from repeated severe injuries or brain damage from years of using the ProtoMech's interface is uncertain. It is certain that both the Coyote Warrior and Scientist casts allow Samantha to remain on active duty out of a calculated interest in seeing how long a ProtoMech warrior can remain functional. The destruction of Clan Smoke Jaguar led to the quick dissemination of ProtoMech technology. Certain humans were quick to adapt, the Cloud Cobras and Blood Spirits, for example. Unexpectedly, though, the Coyotes leaped onto the technology, taking only 3 years before producing the first unique design. Outside observers interpreted this move as being a desperate Coyote gambit to reclaim their former Innovator title. It wouldn't be until the Society uprising that this doctrinal shift would be fully understood as having been influenced by key scientists' Cabal members. Made to support both elemental and heavy battlemech formations, the Procyon excels at this given task. They can give battle-armored troops some holes to exploit against lighter troops, while providing mobile support for heavier mechs. While the Procyon ProtoMech isn't without its flaws, its various versions offer flexibility and adaptability on the battlefield.